Alright, guys, I'm sorry. I accidentally forgot to hit record and I kind of just went past a little part. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and say what was happening. I cast a charm spell on her and I found out that she says I killed him and she ran away. She says she doesn't remember what happened after she was running from the end in blood. She is covered in bloody too. So the brother's outside. He wants to come in because he just heard shouting. So I decided to throw a blanket around here instead of casting another charm spell. Because I have 7 mana and I did have 14 life, but as you see, I just lost a life, which I don't know why, but we're about to find out. I'm gonna reread this because I just read literally all of it and I was like, I didn't even. I'm sorry. You hurry over and pull the brown blanket from her bed and wrap it around her bloody body just as the door opens. I heard shouting. What is the matter? The brother shouts. Oh, she is sick. She has the fever. You lie. Guys, no, she does not look well. Go, as you love her. Find a healer, you command. Her brother looks uncertain. I will tend to her. Go. He leaves. Only then do you notice how much Kaba is trembling. You tighten your grip around her. Did you kill him? Did you kill Ragnar, you ask? Kaiba cries out as through in pain, squirms for a second, and then is still. You must run now, she says in a husky voice unlike her own. Run and hide, little rabbit. What? What? You stammer? They will hang you if they catch you. Do you wish to die, little rabbit? You draw your dagger, but some unseen force suddenly hauls you across the room to strike the wall. Smiling at you mercilessly, what do you do? Do do we want to take more damage and question her more, or hit her with a firebolt? Well, I got 21 gold coins. Question her more. Push her luck. Push it real good. Da 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 da. Da. Do you get more coins? Like yeah. What manner of what possesses you? You ask. Kava smiles for a moment and then collapses. A dark shadow fills the room. It returns. Kava whispers, still on the floor. Her voice is sad and faint, as though she now speaks from a troubled dream. I am the timeless one. Even when the sun ceases to rise, I will be here. I will ride your pathetic soul into your own nightmare. A voice whispers from somewhere, perhaps from within your own mind, and then everything goes dark. The next thing you are sitting in a bed over on the street, your long hood draped over your face. You look up and instantly recognize the air. You're in the north of the Middle Ring district, but the candle shop was on the south side. You stand up to get your bearing, but sit back down as your head spins. You feel weak and sit for a moment to rest, taking care to keep your head low. So passers by, wouldn't it be bypassers, cannot see your face. Was I possessed or simply bewitched in some way? And Kaba, what role does she play? At home, you have expensive and rare books on the mythical and arcane, and those pages might lie the answers. In addition, your spell books and the majority of your gold are there. Few more, few know where you live, as you have always kept your squalid little loft a secret for fear of someone stealing your books. If I am lucky, the city guard will not know where I sleep. I may as well have a look. Your home is not far. Rather than an immediately creep into the alley and climb up the crumbling wall to the roof access of your loft as you normally do, you decide instead to first walk across the block. As you pass the alley entrance, you see the flash of metal, a guard. You turn away and keep walking, your head bent low to allow your hood to shield you. Across the street, you slip into another alley and then climb up a wall you scaled many times as a boy. Carefully, you peek over the rooftop down at your apartment in the alley access in. There are two guards walking aside a man in a long gray robe. That is U L U L. The seer like UL are adapts at using their crystal balls to spy, called I think it's called scaring or scary upon beings. You know that the city authorities often employ seers to track down fugitives. Like me, you think? That's his hand. There is something. Your prized spell book. Even the red leather binding is unmistakable. One of the guards filled with something more. Your possessions, no doubt. Have a home no longer, you realize. It is depressed. Yeah, I'm actually kind of getting depressed just by thinking about that. And this is depressing that they found your valuables so quickly, considering the pains you took to disguise the secret compartment under the floorboard. Worse than losing your things is the thought of why they went through the trouble to find them and haul them off. We use my books to scary upon me. Scry. Is it called scry? Scrying spells that allow one to spy on another from a distance. Usually requires a possession of the owner. The more dear the possession, the easier it is to track down the person the item belongs to. Exile is hardly the most powerful seer in the city. Nevertheless, he certainly will have no problem finding you if he uses your red book, given the countless hours you have spent studying it. One guard turns back down the alley in the direction of your loft, and they have brought a ladder to access it. The other guards, who you now recognize as William of Drake Moore from the outer circle, remains with Exile, who is walking slowly down the street while inspecting your book. You do not know either of the men well. However, you are fairly certain that Exile knows only divination spells, nothing that would harm you directly. William, on the other hand, is a disciplined and skilled soldier. Despite William, you decide you must get that book back. If you don't, you'll be caught soon anyways. William remains close to his charge and appears vigilant. They are nearing Baby Dragon Square, a busy intersection of the city. Scramble off the roof and hurry after them. Ah! You know, if only they would sponsor me. No, but for real, no, I wouldn't do that. So you could either cast an illusion spell on yourself to impersonate someone, or you could create an illusion apart from yourself, perhaps a part of them, to distract them as you go for the book. Me and whispering incantations. Wow, imagine the details of that. About to create. I can make a double of myself. I think that would be the smartest idea. Make a double of myself. I would have the guards run off with my impersonation, have them chase me, and then while the wizard or whatever that dude is, I'm gonna punch him in the face and grab the book, like low key. Moral decrease 3. Who better to cast an illusion other than yourself? And what could make a more convincing distraction to we? For their eyes, the very man they're hunting for. You wave your... What? That's not what I wanted to happen. You wave your way through the dense crowd until you are close enough to make a dash for the book. While still blinding into the crowd, practically in your art, you needed not see your hands under your cloak to trace the incarnation pattern requires of your spell. William shouts in SO gas. They spot you several paces ahead of them. Your illusionary face is clear under the... As you had expected, William charges after your fleeing illusion, who is no good in a fight. Stares after him. You dash out. Yup, that's what I told you. What did I tell you? That's what I was going to do. And then grab for the bag of your other belongings. 2 of them, Excel screen. Turns back and sees you. Stop, he shouts, seeing fence you to give up on the bag and just run. William shouts again and struggles through a strong of people to catch up, but you have a good head start, and unlike William wears no armor, it is not long before you have lost him in the evening foot traffic. As you hunch over panting to catch your breath, you consider your next move. It will not take them long to realize that what just happened, if they have not already, at least by denying your most dear possession. It will take him longer to find you. Nevertheless, he will still eventually locate your soul's energy. He still has the rest of your possessions, and all of your soul's imprint on those items is more dispersed than on your spell book. He will still have enough to eventually track you. I am not the only fugitive in this city. There must be a way to thwart he's the seers, you think. Although known as adventurers and even reckless at times, you have always been more or less law abiding. You know little about how the underground of Ring City functions. Perhaps now would be a good time to learn more. There's only one person you know who might help you, a girl you grew up with named Mala. She is a woman now, working in a brothel. Oh my god. In one of the seediest districts of the city. She is no criminal herself. However, as a girl, she was always inquisitive and talkative, given the reputation of her neighborhood. You are certain she will know an outlaw or two. Another option is to go back and try to kill Exor, but he is guarded, and murdering someone of importance in broad daylight, even in this doggy neighborhood, is beyond dangerous. No matter what, you feel you must do something to keep hidden. What do? Kind of just want to go back and try to kill him. But that would make me even more guilty. But I don't want to be guilty. Because, like, low key, I don't think I'm even guilty. So, it it disrupts you that the thought of murdering Hassel even crossed your mind. He is merely carrying out his duty. Yeah, not only would such a move make you a real murderer, yep, the killing would be senseless. After all, they would only hire another seer to find you. Likely a more powerful one. Unfortunately, talking to Ma will not be a trivial task either. You will have to get through the wall between the middle ring where you are now to the outer ring where Mala's brothel is. Mala's brothel is. Now might be a good time to tell you a bit more about the city you grew up. Ring City is so named because it consists of three circular walls, side one another like the rings on a three stump. The first wall, the inner ring, was built when the city was born. Back then, the city, a town, really, was commonly known as Hell's Gate. The wall was built to defend her residents from the brutal giants of Landess, who lived in the forests and mountains nearby. As the city population grew and the wall could no longer contain the residents, another wall ringed the previous one was built in the next century. Yet another wall was built outside the second one as the giants were driven away and replaced with the savage northern barbarians who, in turn, were replaced by the various goblin hordes. The two inner walls, beside providing additional layers of protection, also divides the city into three districts, social strata. The inner circle, the smallest by far, is reserved for nobility and their servants. The second ring, or the middle ring as it is called, is where the well-to-do commoners live, along with successful merchants, guild masters, wealthy craftsmen, and the like. Following the outer circle, the largest of the three is for the rest. Many of the men in the outer are miners who toil in the gold and silver mines of nearby mountains. To ensure that citizens do not frequently rings outside their status without good cause, all the inner rings have gates which are monitored by guards. Fortunately, you are passing from the second ring to the outer ring, which is to say that you are going from a better neighborhood to a lesser one. So the wall guards are not likely to um, scrutinize you too much. After all, they have presumed you are a good citizen to have come from the second ring. And if you want to slum about in the outer ring, that's your business. Still, you are a wanted man, and you cannot use your illusion or charms to pass through, because every gate has an anti-magic field around it to prevent such chances. Although it takes a great deal of walking, you go ahead and scout out all three gates. Each has a single guard. You know all of them. Ragnar was once a guard himself, so through him you know most city guards, at least by reputation. The first gate is manned by Flossen, an honest and dedicated man who was an old friend of yours. The second is manned by Ta. Ragnar's hated because he believes he was dishonest and corrupt. On the other hand, Ta might be someone you could bribe. The third gate is manned by Cephalus, who is neither noble nor corrupt, but merely incompetent. Incompetent? I'm going for that one. Cephalus the incompetent. From the shadows of the narrow alley, you watch the gate that's Cephalus is garden. The short, muscular man. Oh, he's short too? Bro, this is going to be easy. The short, muscular man stands at attention, watching and smiling to some that pass. You watch his behavior for a few minutes and then to yourself when you realize that it is the young woman pays the most attention to. When a woman passes, he smiles stupidly and bows without so much as a glance to anyone else passing through at the same time. Go through a gate with a woman. That's kind of stupid. He's gonna be staring at me. Actually, uh, you watch from the shadows for some time before you see a group of three women chatting with one another. Walking pointlessly through the gate, you decide to impersonate an old blind man. Back when you were a young and mischievous lad, you used to poke fun at Ragnar's crotchety old grandma by mimicking the man's stooped and limping gait. Fetch me a biscuit, boy, you command Ragnar, using his grandfather's grayly voice. He would laugh and then punch you. Such memories are bittersweet now, but at least you have practice and what you're about to do. You limp along with one hand out as though to be sure not to run into something and cut in front of the woman's path. Ah, young lass, could you spare an old man your hand? I could not seem to find the gates that Rain City, you croak. You have a simple illusion up, just enough to your hands and the bottom half of your face. You rely on your hood to conceal the rest. It is but only a stone's throw away, one of the women says. My eyes are like that of a rodent, you say. One of the women giggles at this. Could you but hold a bit of my cloak and lead me, you ask. Because of your adapted posture, you can only see their legs. One of them sidesteps you and walks on ahead, and the other towards the gate. Another follows. You fear for a moment that they will leave you here, but you feel a gentle tug on your sleeve. You sneak a peek out from your hood at the kind woman and see the side profile of her face. She is beautiful. She turns and back down quickly. As you are led through, suddenly the wrinkles in your hand disappear, and the anti-magic field must be close. Quickly, you tuck your hands under your cloak. You hear what must be Surface greeting the woman enthusiastically. He asked her to lower their hoods, as is typical when going through the gate. They must have complied. Sir, please lower your hood, comes your voice. You pretend not to hear him as you tremble and sway. Sir, you see his feet. I will catch your death in this with. Whether you there. Why not let this man be? We will ensure he behaves himself in the outer ring, says the woman holding it. There is a sign, and you see Cephas' hand. It is a good day to be an old man, the guard says with a chuckle. Once through the gate, you thank the woman and insist that you can find your way from here. Even with the woman gone, you decide to continue to shuffle along as an old man through this makes for slower walking. Finally, you enter the New Gate neighborhood, a shorter and more pleasant name for New Hell's Gate. This is where Mala's brothel is. Here you lose the old man's routine, which would only make you a target. Instead, you quicken your pace and lean forward like a charging bull. You take care not to look up at anyone. Unfortunately, the hood concealing your face is perfectly normal here. Even during the daytime in New Gate, it's safest to travel with a gang. Alone, the best you can do is move quickly and with purpose. You make it to the brothel without incident. It is one of the few walls maintained building in the area, and it has a fresh paint job of bright red. After I finish this one, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and I'm going to start up another one. You are not sure whether news of your fugitive status has reached this neighborhood yet, but you decide it would be unwise to simply walk and announce yourself. You could either keep your head down, as you have been, and rely on your cloak to disguise you, or you could use an illusion to propose as someone else. Darkneil, an acquaintance of yours who works in the docks, distracts district has told you more than once how much he likes this brothel. Rely on the clip. Surely they are accustomed to patrons wanting to remain anonymous, so the hood over my face shall not draw suspicion you reason. Oh, yeah, I gotta stop the video here, guys. So, yeah, anyways, if you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. Anything else, just let me know.